Ever wonder how apps and websites stay so fast? A big part of the secret is caching. Imagine you're a librarian. The most popular books are always being checked out. Instead of running to the main storage warehouse every single time someone asks for a bestseller, you decide to keep a few copies right at the front desk. This is basically what distributed caching does for applications. This guide will walk you through what distributed caching is, why it's so important for modern apps, and how developers use it to make sure you have a smooth and speedy experience. What is distributed caching, anyway? In today's world of complex, cloud-based apps and services, making sure you get the data you need quickly is a huge challenge. When many users are trying to access information at once, traditional databases can get overwhelmed, leading to slow load times and a frustrating experience. Distributed caching solves this problem by storing frequently accessed data in a temporary, high-speed storage area, like the librarian's front desk, that's closer to the application. This means the app doesn't have to go all the way to the main database for every little thing, which reduces delays, takes pressure off the main database, and even saves money on operational costs. Important note, caching doesn't replace the main database. The database is still the permanent, reliable home for all the data. Caching is a sidekick that helps out by handling the most popular requests for faster access. How to do caching the right way. Key strategies. You can't just cache everything. An effective caching strategy requires some careful planning. Choose the right data to cache. The best candidates for caching are things that are read often but don't change very much. Think of product catalogs, user profiles, or session information. It's also smart to pre-calculate and cache summaries like daily sales totals instead of raw data. Set rules for how long to keep data. You need rules to clear out old or irrelevant data. This is often done with policies like time to live. Data automatically gets deleted after a set amount of time. Least recently used. The data that hasn't been accessed in a while gets removed to make space. Without these rules, the cache can get bloated with useless information, which slows things down and costs more money. Keep the cache and database in sync. It's crucial to make sure the data in the cache matches the data in the main database. Common methods include write-through. When data is updated, it's written to both the cache and the database at the same time. This ensures consistency but can be a bit slower. Write behind. Updates are first sent to the cache and then get written to the database in batches later on. This is faster but carries a small risk of temporary inconsistency. Use keys and payloads smartly. Keys. Every piece of data in the cache has a unique identifier or key. These keys need to be designed well to ensure data is spread out evenly across the cache system, avoiding hotspots where one part of the cache gets overloaded. Payloads. The actual data being stored is the payload. It's best to keep payloads small to save memory and reduce network time. Developers use efficient formats like protocol buffers or message pack to shrink the data size. Monitor performance. You have to keep an eye on how well the cache is working by tracking metrics like the cache hit ratio, how often the data is found in the cache, and latency, how fast the data is returned. Choosing the right tool for the job. There are several popular tools for distributed caching, each with its own strengths. A powerful and versatile tool that can handle more than just simple data storage. It supports complex data types, can save data permanently, and can be clustered for high performance and reliability. This makes it great for things like real-time analytics, chat/messaging systems, and session management. A simpler, lightweight option that is incredibly fast. It's perfect for basic caching needs where speed is the top priority, like caching parts of a web page or API responses. It doesn't have all the fancy features of Redis, but for straightforward jobs, it's an excellent choice. This is Amazon Web Services' managed version of Redis and Memcached. It's a great option for those already using AWS because it handles a lot of the setup, maintenance, and scaling automatically, letting developers focus more on their application. So, which one to choose? Go with Redis for complex applications that need advanced features and high availability. Choose Memcached for simple, high-speed caching. Use AWS Elasticache if you're on AWS and want a managed, hassle-free solution. The performance payoff: cache versus database. The difference in performance between using a cache and going directly to a database is dramatic. Speed, latency. A cache can retrieve data in less than a millisecond, while a database might take several milliseconds or much longer, especially under heavy load. Volume, throughput. A distributed cache can often handle over 100,000 requests per second, which is far more than most databases can manage. Cost. While the memory used for caching is more expensive than the disk storage for databases, caching reduces the load on the database, which can save on overall compute costs. The key is to find the right balance by caching the most high-demand data. A high cache hit ratio, over 90%, is a good sign that the cache is working effectively, saving the database from being overworked. In conclusion, caching is a must-have. Distributed caching is an essential ingredient for building fast, scalable, and responsive applications. By smartly storing frequently used data in memory, developers can significantly boost performance and create a better user experience. When caching systems and traditional databases work together, they create a reliable and high-performance architecture that can meet the demands of modern applications. That's all for this episode of Geek Capsule. We hope it gave you a fresh perspective on the world of technology. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so feel free to leave a comment or share your feedback. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe and join us next time for another essential read. Until then, keep your curiosity sparked and your mind open.